Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we've got another UFC video for you. We have 4 plays for you today. We're going to be talking about UFC 304 on July 27th, Saturday. Before we get into our plays, though, if you haven't signed up for Prize Picks or Underdog, for Prize Picks, just use the promo code at the bottom of the screen. They're going to give you a deposit match up to $100. And for Underdog, use promo code BACKDOOR. They're going to give you a deposit match up to $250 and an instant pick'em special. Discounted play that'll help you cash your first slip. And there's a link for both of those in the description of the video if you're looking to sign up. All right, so we're just going to jump right into it. These are the plays I'm going to be taking. I'm going with Oban Elliott over 49.5 significant strikes. I like this for more on Prize Picks. And Preston Parsons for less than 48.5 significant strikes. Underdog, the lines are a little different, but I'm doing the same thing. So Oban on Underdog is at 52.5 significant strikes. I'm still taking that for higher on Underdog. And then Preston Parsons, they've got his line at 47.5 significant strikes. I'm taking that for lower on Underdog. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, so I'm taking Manuel Kopp's significant strikes for over 37.5. Feeling pretty good about that line. And then we're taking Sam Patterson for over 20.5 significant strikes. Honestly, a lot of the good plays that I really liked are already discounts on Prize Picks. So a lot of those, like I really like Leon Edwards' significant strikes over. I liked it even at the 88.5, but now they have it discounted way lower than that. So if you guys want some good plays, they have a lot of really good discounts on Prize Picks right now till the up until the main card. So go take advantage of those for sure.
Sweet. All right. Well, I got all of my plays, especially in situations like this. I use the DFS optimizer for all of my daily fantasy, but especially in situations like this, I like to go with the optimizer. UFC is obviously really hard to predict because these guys, all of these matchups, Dana White is so good at creating these matchups. So these could go either way, just about, the majority of the time. So they're kind of tough to call, but we're going for it again. And we're excited about these plays. If you guys haven't taken advantage of the discount that we have for the DFS optimizer with Daily Grind, and you're interested in it, just use code BACKDOOR at dgfantasy.com, and they will give you 25% off of any of the tools that you want of theirs for up to a year. So however long you make your first subscription, that's how long you'll get the discount. But just use code BACKDOOR, you'll get 25% off, and you can use stuff like this DFS optimizer that we use every single day. It's a really awesome tool. It does all the work for you. So if you guys want to check that out, there's a link in the description as well. But yeah, just code BACKDOOR at dgfantasy.com. All right, so let's start with Oban. Hope I'm saying that right. We don't have a lot of data on him for ESPN, which is what I use to look up like fight history and stats. If you guys know a better website that gives a lot of detail, drop us a comment. Let us know what you use to do your research. But I really just like to rely pretty heavily on the optimizer. It's not always right, but it pushes me in the right direction for my plays. And it's right a lot of the time, but you just never know with UFC. But if we take a look at this line, I believe on Prize Picks, it's at 49.5, and I think it was 52.5 on Underdog. But you can see he's cleared this in both of his last 2 fights. He went for 70 significant strikes landed, and then 58 the fight before that. Significant strikes landed. And the attempted significant strikes was 111 and 129. So I feel like he can get over even that 52.5 line. Tonight, we'll see. His last 5 fights went to decision. So that makes me feel like, okay, he's kind of in the zone of at least maintaining himself through all 3 rounds. It looks like he's from the Contender Series. That might be part of the reason why ESPN doesn't have a lot of fight history stats on him. But I love in a situation about, where I'm taking the significant strikes, I do like when I see that these fights are going to decision, because obviously you have that extra time to stack up those significant strikes. I didn't even realize that. Okay. I was looking at the wrong thing for a second. I was like, okay, like so I've got my guys are fighting each other. So if we take a look, if we jump over to Preston Parsons, um, again, this is an optimizer play. You can see these are the two top plays on Prize Picks according to the optimizer. For Oben, they've got his significant strikes over 49.5 at 52.95% odds to hit the over. Daily Grind has it at a minus 132. And you can see DraftKings, even at that 52.5, DraftKings still has this at a 50-50 shot. And then Underdog, the 52.5, Underdog's rating that at a minus 122 to go over. Daily Grind feels a little bit different about that one. I think I've got it up here. So here's Oben, according to Daily Grind, 52.49% at that 52.5 line. They have it at a minus 125. So I feel comfortable taking the over here with the optimizer feeling good about it when I look at the fight history, and him clearing that in his last 2 fights and then 5 straight fights going to decision makes me feel pretty good about this. Preston, I like the under. This was also an optimizer pick. They've got this pretty heavily juiced to go under the 48.5. They have it at a 52.7% odds to hit the under, but Daily Grind has this at a minus 144. And you can see like DraftKings has this at his lines all the way up at 50.5, and DraftKings has it at a minus 150 to go under, even two points higher than Prize Picks is giving it to us at. Everyone that has this line has it going under, it looks like. And so I'm feeling good about taking the under here. And I guess I'm kind of reading that wrong. Like that makes sense why DraftKings would have it more juiced, because we are taking the under and their line is higher. So if you want to, that's what's nice about the optimizer. You can take a look here and say like, well, I'm going to just go over to DraftKings and take that line. You can kind of bounce around and see where you're getting your best lines at. So I feel good about him going under this 48.5. I'm going to be trusting the optimizer here. If we take a look, he's only cleared this. He's only gone over that line 3 out of his last 5 fights. And just to make sure, yeah, so Prize Picks we're getting it at 48.5. And if we look at his history, his last fight, he went for 47. So he was close. Then he went for 42. He had a fight where he went for 75 and then 23. So 3 out of his last 4. So 75% of his last 4 fights, he hasn't cleared this line. So that's enough for me to take the under on that. And then if we look at these lines, like I said, I already covered Oben Elliott at the 52.5. But if we look at Preston Parsons, the under at 47.5 on Underdog, because the line's slightly different, they have it at a 52.95% odds to hit the under. DG has this at a minus 148. So yeah, these are the 2 I'm going to be rolling with. I'm relying on the optimizer, and the outlier doesn't have UFC yet, or MMA in general. So I kind of vetted these out with ESPN, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. So these are the 2 I'm going to be rolling with for tonight.
Awesome.
And yeah, I would usually talk about outlier here, but we're not using it today. So I'm just going to pass it right over to you, bro.
Heck yeah. Let me fix my screen. There we go.
Let's talk about why you should be using Chalkboard, the daily fantasy platform that runs specials every day of the week. Build plays for as low as $1 and enjoy the wide variety of alt lines. The higher the line, the higher the payout. It's that simple. Once you've made your picks, you can go whole hog with their max cash option or insure yourself with their shield play option. Download Chalkboard on your Apple or Android device and use code BACKDOOR for a 100% deposit match.
All right, so I'm going to be taking 2 plays as well. I've got my first play here. I've got Manuel Kopp. That is how you say his last name, by the way. I do know fighters' names. That's one thing I got going for me. But yeah, I'm taking his significant strikes over 37.5. I feel really good about this line. There's a little bit of sketchiness to all of these plays, honestly. Like, it's the UFC. You could do as much research as you want, and these fights could end in 5 seconds, and you're just, that's just how it goes. But Manuel Kopp is a very high volume striker. This is going to be an exciting fight. Him and Muhammad Makayev are fighting. they're both really scary dudes. So this fight could end in the first round, or it could go 3 rounds, and this could be a total bloodbath. You just never know how it goes. But Manuel Kopp's fights get pretty dirty. His last fight, 182 significant strike attempts for 112. The one before that, 119 for 58. Him and Muhammad Mokaev have a lot of bad blood between each other. If you guys seen the weigh-in, you can kind of see it down here in the corner, but they kind of got into it at the press conference. There's a lot of hype behind this fight, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. But like I said, this fight is gonna be a little scary to kind of take a prop on, because it could go either way. But 37.5 is so stupidly low. You can see he's just crushed this line his entire career in the UFC. So he's only missed it 1 time out of all of his fights in the UFC. So really feeling great about this line here. So I'm going to be taking Manuel Kopp's over on this 37.5. Sam Patterson, this one's a little scary because this dude has not escaped the first round in like any of his fights. He's just like absolute murderer. So it's going to be scary. And the guy he's fighting has gotten knocked out in the first round a lot, or lost or won in the first round. So for him to get to this 20.5 line, he just needs to basically get out of like the first couple minutes, in my opinion. He's another high volume, high accuracy striker. Dude's very, very scary. So we'll see. It's a welterweight fight too, so there's a lot of knockout potential here. But if you guys are feeling a little too scared about this one, it scares me a little bit too, but 20.5 is so stupidly low. If the fight goes out of the first round, he's 100% going to cash this. If you're a little scared of this one, I do like Giga Chikadze's line at 52.5. I think him and Arnold Allen are going to get into a total, 3-round just Duke fest. So I think that's going to be what that fight's going to be. So I do like Giga Chikadze's line too. I really do like the Leon Edwards line a lot. So they have an Arnold Allen discount too. So I'd like the 35.5 on that a lot. All 3 of these are great, honestly. The Christian Leroy Duncan's a little scary, but I do like Arnold Allen and Leon Edwards a lot. So I'm going to be playing both of those for sure. And I'm going to try to mix it up with 2 different lineups on those. But yeah, those are the 2 plays I've got for you guys. There's not a lot to go off of for Sam Patterson on the DFS optimizer. They do have this just slightly juiced to go over it at minus 129, and Manuel Kopp is a minus 119. I just feel really good about this line. I think he's definitely, unless this fight ends in the first round, I think both of these guys in that fight, him and Muhammad, are going to clear those lines. So whoever you think is going to win, just take their over. I think Kopp's probably going to eke it out, but yeah, that's just my opinion on these. We're getting the same lines over here. Sam Patterson is at 22.5 significant strikes on underdog, so a little bit scarier, even more over there. He needs just, you'd think only 3 more, but that's a lot when it comes to like the fights like these guys ending in the first round or whatever it may be. His fight time is set at 4.5 minutes, so that kind of tells you what you need to know right there. They don't expect this fight to go out of the first round at all, but we'll see. I think they've been throwing Sam Patterson a lot of trash cans, so hopefully this guy can make it out of the first round to cash that line. But that's the 2 I've got for you guys today.
Sweet, man, this is fun.
Yeah,
UFC is a lot of fun. And if you guys want to come join our Discord, we have a great community over here. We're covering all sorts of sports, but really the community is the best part about it. We just work together, and it's just a great place to kind of just get to know these other people that are into this type of daily fantasy. And we're always talking about basketball, football coming up here pretty soon. And we all work together. We discuss lines, and we have 2 extra analysts in here. We cover way more in our Discord than we do with our videos. I am very excited for WNBA to get back pretty soon, by the way. But yeah, we cover like esports. They get into soccer and golf and all sorts of stuff. So if you guys want to come join us, there's a link in the description for Patreon. If you sign up through Patreon, that's what manages our Discord. So we will be adding bonus content, especially as we get into fantasy football season. We're probably going to be relatively soon be posting bonus content in the Patreon as well. We'll see, definitely during the regular season, but we're probably going to, as we continue to get the Dynasty Fantasy Football podcast rolling, we definitely want to add some extra bonus content for our members in the Patreon. But right now, if you sign up with Patreon, just go into the settings, and then there's a Connect External Apps tab. If you just go in there, it's really simple. You just connect your Discord, and then it'll unlock the whole Discord for you. And if you do that, make sure you hop in the community chat. Let us know you're new so we can show you around, because we want to make sure you get the most out of our Discord. And yeah, we look forward to it. We hope you guys have a great weekend. Hope you've had a great week so far, and enjoy the fights. We'll catch you in the next video.
Good luck, guys.